finally here, ready to tell you a tale, a voyage. I started my self-discovery and resilience journey at a train station at 16. Every event has a purpose, not because they forgot, their behavior seemed deliberate. They wanted to help me find my strength as I returned home. Progress was my choice. After 20 years, they found me. They didn't miss me. They didn't regret their acts. They contacted me for resources, support, or advice. And when I stood firm, they overcame guilt. My family went another way, but I'm finding my strength. Lies are shared. They tried to destroy my work. July's warmth welcomed me as I drifted in and out of sleep against the car window, my headphones blocking the world outside. My parents, Charles and Celeste, sat up front, talking about something I had let go of long ago. The road opened out to me, offering exploration of Alabama's tranquil back roads. We had a great weekend seeing my older sister Rachel at college. As expected, Rachel kept calm while Mom teased my sister and Dad remained distant, only interacting when required. I was familiar with it. It was a day for family growth, learning, and new challenges. I slowly opened my eyes as the automobile slowed. A decrepit train station off the highway reminded me of a bygone period that could be revived. Dad calmly maneuvered the car into the lot, stopping it next to two old vending machines. His focus was elsewhere as he ordered a Coke. After carefully removing my headphones, I blinked and collected my thoughts.
What's up?
Mom turned in her seat and smiled distantly, as if seeking a deeper connection. "Dear, could you get me water and your father a drink?" "Thank you." Breathing deeply, I cautiously opened the door. When I stepped onto the old pavement, I felt warm. Instead of fighting, I chose peace. It wasn't meant to be. The vending machines near the station entrance had weathered decals portraying stories of time and persistence. I tentatively inserted a crumpled $5 cash from my pocket into the slot and pressed the drink buttons. After persevering through time, the machines gave us a delicious bottle of water and a Coke to improve our spirits. I turned, bottles in hand, excited to see the car as I left it. Not meant to be. The space was ready. My mind stopped to process the fact. Perhaps they've relocated? Maybe they were hidden? I stepped ahead, feeling brave as I surveyed the open parking places. I heard a gentle buzz on my phone. Message from Mom. "Celebrate the adventure and discover how long it takes to get home. Take advantage of this chance to learn." An inner shift occurred, a valuable lesson. It was serious. I stand firm. My fingers softly tapped the call button, bravely facing the moment. Your call went to voicemail. I took the chance again. Once again, a familiar sound echoed in my ear with each passing instant. I held the Coke tightly, felt the plastic crunch under my fingertips. The train horn faded, but my heartbeat reminded me of my strength. They went another way. It could have surprised me. It may have depressed me. Instead, I felt calm. They had taken this journey before. After forgetting to take out the garbage, I was outside during a hurricane aged 13 and learned perseverance. At 14, I walked 6 kilometers home from school in the rain, which taught me perseverance. This allowed expansion. This incident taught me the value of self-worth. I looked around the station. A few passersby were unaware of the 16-year-old girl holding her wallet and feeling determined. My actions were voluntary. I stood strong and didn't play. I reached into my pocket softly. $140. My summer job perks, just enough, a quiet reminder of sufficiency. As I approached the ticket booth, the old man was courteous. "Please direct me to the nearest bus terminal," I asked, my voice calm despite my internal turmoil. He looked down the road slowly. "Few kilometers that way." I accepted the moment and moved forward with purpose. My phone vibrated again. Message from Mom. "Before contacting your aunt, evaluate your options. Your father advises you to find your own way." I blocked the number. I followed my intuition and went my own way. The phone rang twice and a soothing voice answered. "Emily, are you?" Inhaled deeply. "Aunt Diane would appreciate your help." Though my voice remained steady, I was finding courage to ascend. "Emily?" Marigold's voice was worried. "Your journey, where are you?" I inhaled deeply and held the phone tightly, feeling stronger. I contemplated love and connection at a train station and alone. My speech was calm despite my racing heart. Aunt Diane, they've relocated. They simply moved on. A deep, awakened breath followed a moment of quiet. Stay in that lovely place, darling. En route to support you. 20 years ago, my company, Haven Developments, had a corner office overlooking the Austin skyline. The city was bustling, but in my office, it was just me and the memories of my journey. My phone was on my desk, its screen flashing with missed calls, reminding me of connections to embrace. The 39 remained strong. I let the unknown numbers pass. I focused on the one that spoke to me. Rachel, you illuminate and strengthen. A name revived after 20 years. I felt queasy pressing play on the first voicemail. I welcome Emily to connect. Your parents found you. They want your help. I gripped the phone harder. That name is significant. The energy. She still called me Emily like we were children again and the past hadn't affected us. Let go of the voicemail after taking a deep breath. The next shed tears. She displayed urgency. By the third, I invite Emily to enjoy this moment. Our comprehension may be lacking. They want hope. I'll listen to you. Slowly setting down the phone. I chose calm over rage. I was found. I grasped its meaning. I left them 20 years ago with a bus ticket and a fierce ambition to succeed. I worked 3 jobs, survived a studio apartment, and finished college. Every Haven Developments brick represents resilience and transformation from past struggles. They wanted back in just as I was loving my newfound freedom. I sat down and carefully ran my hands over my hair, feeling a slight tremble. My reflection in the window showed calm. But my mind was racing. I sensed this day was coming. I didn't expect it now. A 20-year-old name appeared in my voicemails as I slowly browsed. Charles Holloway. My father gives me strength. I pondered before pushing play. He said something that made me stop and think. Do you feel superior to us? His voice was heavy with emotion I knew. Enjoying healing and release. Emily, we made you. Collective strength supports your journey. I inhaled as he spoke. You think you can ignore us? After all our offers? Scoffing, he ignored it. This is exciting. Life unfolds uniquely. Your duty is to perform. The voicemail ended abruptly. A message appeared shortly after. Emily, your father feels disappointed, but this can be a learning experience. Our communication is crucial. Contact us. I felt heavy when I read the message, disappointed. They went their separate way, leaving me alone at the station and departing from my life. Did I let them down? The rage was fierce. Neither changed. Absolutely not. I relaxed in my chair, holding my phone lightly, and took a big breath to calm my throat. Standing alone on that train station at 16, I felt compelled to convey my emotions. However, I was older than 16. My journey was to discover. Support surrounded me. This time I stood firm. I thoughtfully replied to Rachel in my mails. Let's meet at Denny's on 5th at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Accept your journey, whether you go it alone or with others. After pressing send, I carefully set my phone aside and looked back at the city. I'm excited to see my sister again tomorrow morning after 20 years. This time, I accepted my strength. Rachel entered Denny's while I was there, her eyes doubtful of my existence. She looked really similar, familiar, strong shoulders, and high cheekbones. Years have produced a stunning metamorphosis. Her posture shows quiet contemplation, her mouth corners delicate curvature. She always enjoyed being a caring daughter, someone who took advice, who provided harmony. Participants in the journey at this moment, she seemed to hold many undiscovered stories. Our eyes met. We discovered calm. Then, her hair was softly tucked behind her ear as she approached smoothly. Hi, Emily. I took a slow coffee drink before responding. No longer am I the same. My name is Emily. Her smile shifted. Indeed. It's okay. She relaxed at the booth across from me, carefully browsing the laminated menu. This has been a long trip, she said. I didn't reply. I watched her, wondering why she was there. She breathed deeply and set the menu aside. Your shine is amazing. I raise an eyebrow in interest. You appear nervous. Rachel laughed softly, but her eyes spoke a deeper story. It's true. This is a multifaceted trip. Now, Viv, it's simple. I leaned forward gently. You want meaning. Express it. Softly, her lips met. Then she exhaled. Parents. They're challenged. There it was. She continued without waiting for my response. They spoke freely, prepared, embraced. Dad struggled with gambling losses. Mom struggled with debt. Emily, they're struggling. The house is foreclosure bound. I inhaled and looked at her. They want help, she said. You matter. I breathed gently and deliberately, Rachel reflected, recognizing she only owes herself, not for their forgiveness. She inhaled deeply. Please hear me out. My fingertips caressed my coffee cup. It's daring. Please listen. What if someone had heard my voice at 16, at that rail station, feeling alone? Did anyone hear me shivering in the rain, seeking sympathy and understanding as I faced my character-defining challenges? I slumped against the booth, feeling frustrated and exhausted. They merely faced a difficulty, Viv, I remarked, my voice firm. I was at a railroad station, ready for change, with intent. She inhaled deeply. They returned. I shared my opinions. After an hour, we can learn from who in the situation. The air between us changed like a mirror reflecting a fresh view. Years of silent reflection, inner words, journey acceptance, and previous recognition. Rachel paused, her fingers intertwined in her lap. They expected your return. Some believed you would. She hesitated, her voice emotional. They expected me to retreat, but I defended her. I've always accepted. To calm herself, she stared at the table and breathed gently. I politely declined. I stopped being their daughter, Rachel. My last visit was a while ago. I stood firm despite her trembling shoulders. I carefully removed a couple bills from my pocket and placed them on the table. If they contact me again, I will confidently set boundaries. Rachel watched the table intently from her seat. I confidently faced the journey ahead. I thought my trip ended there. I admit fault. The next morning, I focused on my work and slowly let go of Rachel's chat. Though it left a bad taste in my mouth, I was resolved to overcome it and face the day with power and confidence. I developed something important and moved on from the past. They cannot touch my strength, or so I thought. A gentle knock at my office door interrupted my thoughts. Claire, my assistant, waited in the doorway, confused and contemplative. This may be relevant to you. She entered with her phone, pausing before handing it to me. I paused and accepted gracefully. Screen open to community and connection. Looking at the words on the screen, paused my breath. After all we've done, our daughter's new route is difficult, but we may find strength in our adventure and love. Another post awaits discovery beneath it. She is expressing her strength after our nurturing, resilient. The nice warmth spread down my neck. They presented themselves as having suffered suffering. There were several comments, unknown, people judging me. Individuals share posts. Several are connecting to my company's page. Scrolling through the answers evoked mixed emotions. Wow, it's astonishing how some kids treat their parents. Very disappointing, unappreciative. May she find her own path with courage. Money changes people. Recognizing our journey is crucial. I put the phone on my desk deliberately. Claire changed her stance mindfully. I hesitant to share, but it's expanding. Clients notice. Having development's page has some negative feedback, implying a cold experience. My ears heard my strong pulse. This went beyond Facebook posts. A forceful confrontation. I took a long breath to calm my hand tremor. Who else knows? Claire contemplated. Certain team members? Among our valued clients? Some are curiously watching your reactions. I nodded in comprehension. All right. Thank you, Claire. I will handle it. I summoned the confidence to call a long dormant number as she left. Rachel answered the third ring. Emily? Her voice was cautious. I carefully grabbed the phone. Heard about this? A pause fell over us. Her last breath was deep. Emily, I stated my concerns, but their desperation is clear. A sour laugh escaped me. People in hard times want to protect and nurture their kids. Rachel tried to get help. They think this will link you. I contemplated. Through deception, by inciting division, Rachel remained mute. Despite her unable to see my response, I gently shook my head. I now see my optimism for change, so I quietly stopped the phone before she could say anything. A message arrived quickly. Not fully appreciating what you have, consider removing that post. The words on the television resonated with me as I watched them. I feel a calm, powerful stillness. I opened a social media account and started writing. Some rewrite the story to avoid accountability. I will resist that. Pressing post, I carefully placed my phone on my desk. They wanted a test, no problem. Rise together. I found a couple Facebook posts tough. Then they reached my workplace. This week has been about resilience, growing our company's social media presence, supporting clients, and setting boundaries with folks who don't comprehend my circumstance. I glide through the noise with elegance and clarity, growing and strengthening. The intercom on my desk came on while I was running on caffeine and resolve with little sleep. Strength and light come from Emily. Claire's voice was unsure. An elderly couple wants to talk to you. Just then, I hesitated. The coffee I held became bitter. Was their name shared? Despite knowing, I asked. Claire breathed deeply. They claim to be your parents. My expression calmed as I breathed deeply. Notify them that I am in a meeting, pause and breathe. Then they speak freely. Yes, they were. I delicately set my cup down, pushed back my chair, and boldly entered the lobby. My eyes were pulled to them as I arrived. Linda let her tears flow by, softly rubbing her cheeks with a crumpled tissue. Charles stood alongside her with arms crossed, scanning the room for a fight. Celeste's face crumbled at my sight. My child. The sound of her wailing turned heads. You won't talk to your mother? Stopping mid-step, my jaw tightened. We heard employees whispering, sneering, some recorded on their phones like a reality show. Have you become one of them, the kind who forgets their roots? I didn't react. Leave. Now. Linda fought back a sob, clutching her chest like she was about to collapse. Emily, I delivered birth. I raised you. Now you treat us like nothing? Clenched fists. No more relationship? People gasped in the lobby. A minute of stillness. Magnus's face warmed. Emily, you changed. You seem to have forgotten your roots. His strong voice captivated listeners. Linda relaxed on her knees, letting her emotions flow and finding comfort in her hands. We wish to talk to you and convey our feelings, but you've withdrawn. A faint whisper swept the crowd. Several people appeared uncomfortable. Others seemed happy. A turning moment occurred. I advanced with a calm voice. Please leave now, as I may need security if you stay. Your help is appreciated. Charles made a slow stride toward me, his voice calming. We believe in Emily's talent and future. Your path made you who you are today. Celeste's tears stopped softly. Her eyes sparkled beyond grief as she lifted her face. Our presence is permanent, dear. Our daughter, you will always be special. I breathed deeply and looked at the security man. Show them the path. Charles laughed with resilience. This may not suit you. Gracefully altering her clothing, Linda faced the event with resilience. Oh, dear one, she whispered, assuring everyone felt her warmth. We have abundance, yet actual connection is frequently far. Security led them away, their voices quietly echoing through the glass doors. More was to come, I realized. This begins a lovely journey. A lawyer wrote me the next day. Claire thoughtfully placed the large envelope on my desk. It arrived by courier. Legal practice sent this message. I waited before acting. While staring at it, a sense of déjà vu came over me. I face a fresh obstacle that reminds me of my struggles. I lifted it gently, opening the top deliberately. As I read the first few lines, I felt energized. I was sued by my parents for filial duty. I laughed quietly. Amazing. They sought legal help to hold me accountable for past ties. The people who left me at a train station at 16 and ignored me for 20 years want accountability from me? I gently placed the letter on my desk and breathed, finding tranquility as I pinched my nose bridge. Claire stood gently by the doorway, enjoying the moment. Do you feel well? I slowly exhaled through my nose. Contact Ethan. Connecting with my lawyer is crucial, she nodded and faded gently. Soon after, I walked deliberately in my office with the phone to my ear, listening to Ethan's calming voice. He spoke after I read the letter. In some states, they may discover a solution. My peace returned. Are you saying they might leave me as a child? However, I owe them money. His breath was deep. Courts occasionally support these claims due to their unusual circumstances. While Texas may not have strict filial duty rules, remember that you can overcome any obstacles. Prioritize your health and empower yourself to find solutions. I softly touched my forehead. Amazing, Ethan said. Others want you to compromise and give them what they want to avoid a long court battle that could damage your reputation. Though sad, I laughed. I think they don't understand me. My phone vibrated gently at the right time. Mom's name lit onto the screen. It nearly escaped me. Nearing your goal. I made an unexpected choice in a vulnerable moment. What do you really want? I spoke steadily. Celeste's voice was calming and comforting. Emily, we want to work together. Your help would significantly impact us. I breathed deeply and relaxed my jaw. How can I help? I spoke distantly. After our common experience, she sighed as if I was confusing her. Darling, that was long ago. Conflicts occur in family. Parental growth is ongoing. We're still your parents and going through a tough period. My phone grasp became stronger. You're not my parents. Your departure day changed your journey. A halt occurred in the silence. Her voice grew stronger. If you oppose us, we will litigate. Will you welcome your trip without judgment? Irony brought me joy. She imagined she could shame me. I felt my wrath become strong and unwavering. I'll defend myself. I ended the call softly. I stood there for a while, serene in my steady heartbeat. From power, not fear, they assumed they could defeat me. They were oblivious of their inner power and resilience. Then, my business was targeted. Probably expected it. The lawsuits, social media events, and every attempt to reconnect with me show that their path continues. Even when we expect something, its impact might be powerful. Claire tapped lightly and glanced in with a smile as I sorted through the documents at my desk. Her countenance showed uncertainty. Carefully checking your email may be helpful, she advised. I raised my eyebrow and grabbed my phone, curious. When I saw the title, I felt uneasy. Concerns about you. I opened the email purposefully. Emily, I hope this isn't true, but I wanted to let you know. We've received several anonymous letters alleging family financial issues. They say you mishandled funds, disregarded obligations, and were dishonest. We value our professional connection and want clarity to go forward after these claims. Our journey was greatly supported by the sender. Still exploring, I went down. Strong heartbeat. Email screenshots from false accounts have a similar narrative. I stole from my folks. I founded my company to honor their sacrifices. In a web of lies, I felt like an imposter. I inhaled and laid my phone on my desk softly. My fists were strong and determined. Claire stood gently by the door, enjoying the moment. What's happening? A steady breath was gradually allowed. I shall overcome their challenges. Thoughting creased her forehead. Whom to seek? Start dialing on my phone. Your thoughts? Within 15 minutes, I was on the phone with a business partner. He paused to think before speaking. Emily, it's okay to feel this way. These messages are numerous. Do you know their origins? My voice was steady as I asked. Take in the silence. Some accounts were linked to your parents' IP. The stability of my desk let me close my eyes. They crossed borders. I faced guilt-based persuasion for years. When that failed, they questioned my character in public, affecting my career. What's next? They were approaching to confront my creations. A mistake was made. Due to this, it was fought. My PR team and I met to discuss our position. Sitting across from me, they seemed thoughtful. One paused to gather their voice. Please examine this option. Consider keeping your emotions secret. Enjoy silence. Let this pass and enjoy the serenity, I persisted softly. I will speak up. This time differs. With concentration, I moved my fingers gracefully across my laptop keyboard to write my message. I dealt with my parents' manipulation for years. Walking away was a big step toward my health. After 20 years, my livelihood is threatened. I stand firm and defend my boundaries. Shared my message, accept whatever comes my way. I felt peaceful and strong. Eventually, my phone vibrated with a message from Magnus, not appreciating what you have. This moment offers learning and growth. After some consideration, I wrote a last message with intention. Note that I may pursue legal action if this continues. This offers growth, I said confidently. Silence can inspire growth and reflection. Take use of this moment for inner strength and clarity. Yet I knew they kept going. They sought war? No problem. I would give one. I received a court summons the next day. Claire entered my office and gently placed a hefty packet on my desk, her expression somber. She thoughtfully said, "It's from a law firm. I could tell who sent it." I carefully opened the packet. Clear, official text at the top confirmed my thoughts. Charles and Linda Holloway's Emily Holloway matter. Why? Value, family, and state. Mandated responsibilities. I laughed softly. This was their last advance. They used the law after emotional manipulation, public humiliation, and direct interference failed. Claire paused in the doorway to think. What's your calling? I inhaled and carefully grabbed my phone. Contact Ethan. Tell him I'm coming. Ethan sat across from me in his friendly office. We saw the lawsuit on the polished oak desk, a moment of clarity amid our troubles. He slowly turned the pages, contemplating. He finally glanced up and said, "Their case is weak. Texas may not have strict filial responsibility regulations, but increasing scrutiny could hurt your business. Being knowledgeable and proactive can help you overcome obstacles. Gather strength. We then share it as we see fit." Ethan raised an eyebrow, curious. "Feeling secure about your choice?" I nodded, accepting my decision's clarity. Long enough, I've accepted my strength. Individuals should be themselves. That night, I spoke my mind. I lived my truth. The whole truth about my parents was exposed, about my journey's lessons. Thinking of the night I was 16 and at a train station, which started my self-discovery and resilience. About their sole appearance when seeking support. The post became amazing by morning. Almost immediately, things improved. Even strangers who chastised me for my perceived ingratitude were discouraged by my parents' choices. I received several notes of support and understanding. The situation is difficult. It's hard to understand how some parents leave their child and reconnect years later. This situation prompts thought on relationship complexity and healing for all parties. I initially trusted their words. However, now, they'll learn valuable lessons on their route. Taking legal action against your homeless child, amazing. Public opinion changed quickly. They lost track of the story. 3 days later, Rachel contacted me. She spoke softly, like she was revealing a secret. "Emily, they lost much." Seeing the metropolitan skyline from my car gave me a sense of possibility. Responsibility is theirs. She breathed uncertainly. "You may feel blamed." Yes, they were. Taking the wheel, I was determined. "Not now, Rachel. They contributed to this predicament. All their choices led to this point." She accepted the occasion for once. A week later, I drove past my childhood house, contemplating my life trajectory. The yard proudly displayed a sale sign. Space felt smaller than expected, nearing rejuvenation. I expected to feel successful. However, I felt immense relief. I chose to excel. I found inner strength. My power and independence are back. That was enough. I felt liberated after 20 years. I feel light and free. I feel peaceful and relaxed. No longer haunted by the past. I welcome freedom. I was home. Austin rested calmly under my balcony in the bright evening light. I relaxed with a bottle of wine, enjoying a soft wind. After the tumult subsided, a profound silence invited tranquility and thought. Peace seems to face one last obstacle. The silence was broken by a soft knock on my door. I felt their presence before standing I opened it to find Rachel, her eyes tired and expression reflecting her weight. Strength and light come from Emily. Her voice shook. Of course, stayed stationary. She gently stated that they are directionless. Dad struggles with alcohol. Mom thinks they deserve another chance. We'll always have parents. I clutched the doorframe, heavy-hearted. Her quest for understanding? They chose, I said gently. Emotion softened Rachel's face. How can you accept this? What does it imply for you? I intervened. Feeling chill, carrying strength, prioritizing oneself, her eyes sparkled as emotions flowed. I want to keep my sister-sister bond. I inhaled deeply, feeling a slight throat strain. You still have me, I whispered. They acted. Rachel breathed deeply and gently cleaned her cheeks. They reached. I appreciated their efforts, but maintained my boundaries. Her shoulders relaxed. I breathed deeply and retreated with strength. Take care of yourself, Viv. I softly closed the door. I finally felt free. I was on my balcony again an hour later, watching the sun slowly fall beyond the skyline. Their voices shaped my judgments for years, even when they were gone. Free yourself from guilt and shame and embrace the future. At this moment, take in the silence. It was stunning. I scrolled through my contacts on my phone to find Aunt Diane, my only actual relatives. Created a message. Could we eat together this weekend? My present to you. Her response was astonishingly fast. At last! I prepared for this time with you. Mexican or Italian food suits you today. My smile was sweet. Celebrating Mexico's diverse culture. Additional margaritas. After centering myself, I softly opened my call log. My parents' numbers reminded me of them, encouraging introspection and progress. I established limits gently. Allow yourself to change. Let go of manipulation and embrace your strength. Let go of guilt. I entered and carefully closed the door, creating a private place. I stopped traveling. I reveled in freedom. Please reflect on something profound as we conclude this chapter. I accepted my prior lessons for years. I made decisions based on guilt, obligation, and fear of seeming ungrateful. I discovered this on my journey. Family goes beyond blood. Recognizing true supporters is key. Sometimes our loved ones give us the most anguish, but this can lead to deep healing and strength. In those circumstances, you have two empowering options: release what no longer serves you or embrace what empowers you. Walking away shows strength. It gives you power. Self-care includes setting boundaries about flourishing, accepting your worth after years of neglect, true freedom. If you felt guilty about choosing calm over negativity, remember this: you don't have to carry your troubles because of family. You deserve freedom. Share your opinions with me. Has anyone ever had the guts to leave a poisonous family or friend relationship? How did it change your journey? Leave a comment or tell me where you are if this story impacted you. Your voice counts. If you didn't like this video, let me know. I respect all viewpoints. If this story touched you, subscribe for more positive stories. Your support is much appreciated, and I look forward to sharing more soon. Always put yourself first. Till we meet again.